Welcome to On Reflection from Do Good by Doing Better. I'm your host, Eric Duell. In June 2024, I attended my first New York Tech Week, an experience I captured in my Friday Morning Reflection number 3. I'm about to head back for this year's Tech Week, so today I want to revisit my thoughts and to see how they've held up over the past year and to share what I'm looking forward to discovering this time around. You know, sometimes you go into an event thinking one thing will grab your attention and something else ends up capturing your imagination. That's exactly what happened to me in June 2024 when I attended New York Tech Week. It was my first time attending and I'd planned out my days focusing on deep dive sessions centered around generative AI, a topic, as you know, I find fascinating and full of potential. And while the GenAI discussions were enlightening, it was the people, specifically the creators I met, who left the most lasting impression. There was an energy, a positivity, an almost electric buzz coming from them that was truly striking and that I had not seen for a long time in the media business. Now, it's worth taking a moment to clarify what I mean by creator versus influencer. While there can be overlap, I see influencers as typically focused on leveraging their reach for promotional purposes, while creators, on the other hand, I often see driven by a mission, focused on building their brand by offering value and connecting with their audience in an authentic way. And the creators I connected with last year, they weren't talking about follower counts or the latest viral trends. In fact, every single conversation started with and was anchored in their mission. They spoke with such clarity with their unique voice, what they aimed to offer the world, and how they were working day in and day out to build their brands and serve their communities. It was incredibly inspiring, and what also struck me was the genuine curiosity about why I was there and what I was about. It wasn't just them talking at me or vice versa. It was a real exchange and conversation. They wanted to know about my journey, my work, and my perspective. Those conversations turned into a shared exploration of how we can all carve out our own space and make an impact. And this led me to think about something I believe holds a lot of untapped potential: the building of connections between these passionate, mission-driven creators and local media. Think about it. We all live in specific places and take part in specific communities. Whether it's to rally around a local sports team, share a passion for cooking or art, or just to share and connect at the best spots for a night out, we're all part of a local fabric. And creators are becoming increasingly strong voices within that fabric. They're building trust, fostering connections, and yes, influencing their communities in meaningful ways. These self-made brand leaders are essentially forging their own paths, aiming to capture their share of the media economy and to do good in the process. So the question I raised in my writing after visiting Tech Week in 2024 was this: what if local media businesses could figure out how to join forces and collaborate with these creators? What if they could work together for mutual benefit? Imagine an engine for symbiotic growth. Creators bringing their authentic voices, engaged audiences, and unique content. Local media bringing infrastructure, broader reach, and established community ties. Together, they could deliver what is truly the lifeblood of any media ecosystem: unique, relevant, and compelling content and experiences that meet people right where they are. Writing about this last year made me hopeful for the future of creators and the possibility of a shared, rewarding future with local media. So here we are a year later, and I'm getting ready for New York Tech Week 2025. And the big question on my mind is, does that hope still feel justified? The energy in the creator economy hasn't waned, and if anything, it's grown, and the players have become more sophisticated. The mission-driven focus, I believe, is still very much alive, and perhaps even more so, as people increasingly seek authenticity and connection in a noisy and fragmented digital world. The GenAI landscape has exploded even further, and that's something I am very keen to explore next week too. In fact, there's a lot I'm looking forward to in seeing how others are moving the tools into real-world production situations, not only for efficiency, but to enhance their creativity, deepen their audience engagement, and perhaps even open up entirely new avenues for their work. I'm looking for examples of AI being used as a tool that amplifies rather than replaces that human spark of inspiration and creative storytelling. And I also hope to see more movement this year in partnerships between local media and the creator community. Are there new models emerging for partnership and collaboration? And who are the other people and platforms trying to connect these two powerful forces? So I'm heading back to New York Tech Week with a renewed sense of optimism and curiosity. I'm looking for the energy, the mission, the innovation, and most importantly, those human connections that made last year so memorable. This all reminds me that true impact often comes from connecting individuals and communities in a drive to create something bigger than themselves and to do good by doing better, one act at a time. I'm Eric Duell. Thank you so much for joining me on Reflection. Sign up for future episodes at dogoodbydoingbetter.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're able, please join with a paid subscription to support the creation of more episodes and my work as a creator. And please share this episode with anyone who might be interested in the evolving creator economy, the future of media, or simply someone looking to find and foster authentic connections in our increasingly digital world. Talk with you again soon, and as always, remember to think big, start small, act now, and measure results, all to up your impact one act at a time. A production of Elucidate Media, crafted with love for you in Philadelphia.